once again, dear viewers. You're watching ERi-TV. Welcome to our news broadcast. Here are the headlines. Minister Osman Saleh addresses UN General Assembly. World Tourism Day observed in Qatar. US approves $567 million in military support for Taiwan. Algeria, Niger discuss Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project. In our domestic news, Mr. Osman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs, today addressed the 79th United Nations General Assembly in New York. In his address, Minister Osman noted that the United Nations was solemnly established in October of 1945 to prevent another world war and guarantee durable global peace. However, he highlighted that the global community was subsequently plunged into the era of the Cold War, characterized by a confrontational, bipolar international order. Minister Osman went on to explain that the latter phase led to a precarious epoch of a unipolar world. This new dispensation, lacking in any new ideology, was essentially a revival of centuries-old colonialism and slavery. The resources and wealth of other nations were exploited to satisfy the insatiable greed of a few through force and other tools of repression. The minister emphasized the manifestations of this policy, including the pronounced containment strategies by the architects and proponents of a unipolar world order. He cited the reckless actions in Ukraine, the provocative containment policies against China, the perilous war aimed at suppressing the Palestinian cause and displacing them from their land, and the regional conflagration these actions may trigger. Additionally, he pointed out the acts of subversion and the crisis fomented in various parts of Africa under the guise of maintaining colonial dominance, overt interventions in Latin America to install surrogate regimes, and attempts to suppress growing public protests in Europe and the US amid the fragmentation of the traditional coalitions. Minister Osman stressed that these distressing developments amplify the inherent flaws and dysfunctionality of the unipolar world order's reckless policies. He underscored that peace and stability are indispensable prerequisites for promoting prosperity, growth, and the ultimate human aspirations for justice and a fair political order. The minister also highlighted the plight of Eritrea, stating that for nearly 80 years since the end of the World War II, 3 generations of Eritreans have had to make enormous sacrifices due to the Dulles Brothers' declaration that Eritrea does not serve U.S. strategic interests. As a result, Eritrea was forced to wage a 50-year-long political and armed struggle for liberation. Even after achieving independence in 1991, Eritrea was denied the opportunity to focus on national building as hegemonic forces fueled border conflicts and other crises to maintain instability. Despite these challenges, the Eritrean people's resilience has remained unwavering. Minister Osman noted that in 2009, Eritrea was subjugated to sanctions based on unsubstantiated and trumped-up charges. He stressed that the forces of hegemony sought to further punish the Eritrean people despite their long-standing struggle against terrorism and domination. The minister pointed out that the hardships imposed on Eritrea are just the tip of the iceberg, with severe tribulations affecting other peoples in Africa, Latin America, Asia, Europe, and the Americas. In conclusion, Minister Osman called for the peoples of the world to strive with greater vigor, fortitude, and solidarity than ever before to establish a global order that guarantees peace and stability. He emphasized that this is not an option that can be left to chance, and that the forces of hegemony must be held accountable for their crimes to ensure justice. World Tourism Day was observed in Karen, Ansaba region on 26 September under the theme Tourism and Peace. The event was attended by Mrs. Kaluman Gorias, Minister of Tourism, Ambassador Abdullah Musa, Governor of Ansabar Region, religious leaders, as well as owners of tourism service providing institutions. Mr. Salim Ali Salim, Director General of Tourism in the region, underlined that tourism and peace are inseparable concepts, noting that a society that enjoys peace has a comparative advantage in developing the tourism sector. Mrs. Kaluman Gorias, emphasizing that peace is fundamental for tourism development, said that organizing this program is a peaceful atmosphere is of great significance. Ambassador Abdullah, in his remarks, commended the organizers of the photo exhibition showcasing the tourism resources of the region. He also called for strengthened efforts to identify and promote the region's heritage and tourism resources. World Tourism Day, celebrated on 27 September, was observed for the 29th time at the national level. Farmers' Day was observed in Adi Mangonti, southern region, featuring the introduction of hybrid corn seeds to farmers. The event was attended by 33 farmers and 12 agricultural experts. Mr. Fasahaya Tesfatsion, a seed development expert at the Ministry of Agriculture branch in Mandafara subzone, stated that the ministry is working to enhance production and productivity through the development of improved seeds and by increasing farmers' awareness. He also noted that various types of improved seeds produced by the Halhala Agricultural Research Institute, NARI, have been tested as a pilot project on 4 hectares in 5 administrative areas in the subzone. Expressing satisfaction with producing hybrid corn seeds for the first time in the country, Mr. Nukasa Abraha, a researcher at the Halhala Agricultural Research Institute, said they have been identified improved corn seeds capable of yielding between 60 and 80 quintals per hectare. He also urged farmers to take advantage of the improved seeds. Mr. Kifla Mariam and Brahan, seed development expert at the Ministry of Agriculture branch in the region, reported that theoretical and practical training has been provided to both farmers and experts, and improved seeds have been distributed to 20 farmers in the Ibn Haili, Dubarwa and Mandafara subzones respectively. Those are domestic news. Please stay tuned now for the international news right after the short break. United States President Joe Biden has approved $567 million in new defense support for the island of Taiwan, the White House has said. In a brief statement yesterday, the White House said Biden had delegated the Secretary of State to direct the drawdown of up to $567 million in defense articles and services of the Department of Defense and Military Education and Training to provide assistance to Taiwan. While the U.S. does not have formal diplomatic relations with Taiwan, it is Taipei's most significant international backer and arms supplier. China has repeatedly demanded Washington stop selling weapons to its territory, Taiwan. In April, the U.S. approved billions of dollars in military aid for Taiwan as China stepped up military and political pressure on the island. Beijing accuses Washington of meddling in the internal affairs with its support for the island. Algeria and Niger discussed key steps to advance the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project during a visit by Niger's Petroleum Minister Sahabi Omaru to Algiers yesterday. Both nations reaffirmed their commitment to the project, and Niger called for a high-level meeting of ministers from Algeria, Niger and Nigeria to discuss the next steps. The Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project is a 4,000-kilometer pipeline linking Algeria, Nigeria and Niger. It would connect to Algeria's existing pipeline networks, enabling the export of natural gas to Europe. The project is intended to enhance energy security, boost regional economic development, and strengthen energy cooperation between the 3 countries. Beyond the pipeline, the discussions also explored ways to enhance energy cooperation between Algeria and Niger, including the progress of Sonatrach's oil exploration exports in the Kafra field located in northern Niger. Please stay tuned now for a recap of tonight's headlines. Minister Osman Saleh addresses UN General Assembly. World Tourism Day observance in Karen. US approves $567 million in military support for Taiwan. Algeria, Niger discuss Trans-Saharan gas pipeline project. And that was ours for tonight, dear viewers. It is good night, friends.